listening to an obstruct sound. This is the Sounds Obtuse Podcast. I am Dylan Carter. With me is my co-host and special guest, A.C.W REED, returning. Boop. What is going on, fellas? Christian, how are you?
How's it going, man? It's a pleasure to be here, as always, and with our guest for the evening.
It's always a pleasure when you got A.C.W REED in the house.
Good evening,
Live
fellas.
and Vivid Podcast.
Dylan,
Pleasure
Chris.
to have you on board again.
Dude, happy to be here. Thanks y'all for having me. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here.
Did you like my callback?
I did. Yeah,
You
dude,
like
that made me geek out a lot. Yeah.
My favorite.
That is beautiful, man.
We honestly say it all the time.
I've
It's just something
noticed.
We say all the time.
I've noticed in the past episodes,
On
I'm
and
like,
off
yes.
Yeah,
on and off the pod.
I need
we
to get
say
a button
it.
for that.
We
Honestly
do. It's got to be a button.
Ugh.
But man, we are having a very good time. We got a pretty cool episode planned for you guys.
Indeed.
Yeah, last week we talked about guns. This week we're going to talk about some stuff that our very own guest has brought in. Some brief discussion. But before we get into that, before we get into some of the more modern takes of ongoings in the news, how have you guys been this week?
This week has been good. I know you guys probably know this. We just came out from our trivia night tonight, where we were victorious. That's right.
May I?
Please. That's right.
Yeah.
First place.
That is Happy Little Trees, our trivia team, taking home first place.
First place.
It's a place that we are pretty comfortable being at, on top, I would say.
Yeah, got a nice early start for 2022.
But aside from that, it's all been going good. We got a new guy, a friend of mine, working with me over in work, over in the deli. So I'm looking forward to having some help.
It's
So
always nice. We got a nice friend working with you.
Life possibly looking up right now. I don't want to say that too loudly because there's probably an anvil.
Sounds good.
poised
Yeah, I like that.
somewhere-
Here's some claps in the studio.
Somewhere above my head is like a anvil of karmatic justice.
You're on the 10th episode of your podcast. How's that feel?
We
Number
are.
10.
Look at that.
Wow.
Look
I
at
know. It's wild. It's
It
wild
is.
all the times.
So it's a crazy place to be. But yeah. How about you?
AC? Should I call you that? AC?
That's cool, man. Yeah.
Aqua?
It's been Aquaman, maybe? No.
Nah, I'm just playing around. A.C.W REED, how have you been this week?
It's been a wonderful week. Work's been steady, not too crazy. The personal life's been nice, relaxing. I've been reading more books. Been working out.
I like that you
Scholar.
mentioned that. I love that you mentioned that, in fact.
I'm getting my mental and physical aligned with myself and the universe. So taking these next steps into making 2022 the best me that I can,
Yeah, make
in
the
all
best year possible.
spectrums, yeah.
New year, new you.
Something like that, yeah.
Take that to heart.
All right.
I definitely agree with that. But it's funny you mentioned books because I've been listening to some audiobooks.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, what you been listening
Yeah, I
to?
got my earbuds, I'm doing my thing, and I can listen to audiobooks as I do other tasks. So just for starters, one of my favorite classics, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Jules Verne, Around the World in 80 Days, Phileas Fogg,
yeah.
Passepartout, The Frenchman.
I think I've seen the
Servant.
movie.
Yeah, they didn't really ride into a hot air balloon. in the book.
Audiobooks and earbuds are how I get through all my shows.
Whew, man, life changer.
Like
I got
history lectures, stuff like that. Shout out the great courses.
So I got so many like classic literatures lined up. Like one of my other favorites from Jules Verne, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Great, really turned me on to in first grade. I was like, I love this shit. It's dope. I also got like Dracula, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein,
So you should look up
Catcher in the Rye, those sort of classics.
Classics.
You
Yeah.
should,
Yeah.
You should do a
Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
You should do a challenge where you look up like a big list of the like major classics you need to understand classic literature.
That's literally what I've done. I've had so many to my watch later list.
yeah,
It's like
and
insanity.
just, like that's
Public
an interesting
domain,
thing
you
to
know.
do.
Yeah.
Like a little book club. of the
Even a few
classics.
like favorites from like back in when I was like in school. Maniac McGee. Anybody?
I don't know that one.
Oh man, it was such a good book.
So let me ask you, Chris,
recommend
are you doing just American literature or are you doing like just world literature? Or-
So I've listened to such titles as like Shang Tsung's The Art of War.
Sun Tzu.
Sun Tzu, yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh my God! With apologies to our Chinese viewers. Oh my God! Who probably they all just threw up. They all just threw up at whatever the fuck
Unsubscribe.
it was you just said.
I shouldn't even said it. I immediately thought not the Mortal Kombat guy.
I mean, I still
And I
said it
said
like
the
a
Mortal Kombat
look. I
guy.
still said it like a white guy, but at least I said it right.
So The Art of War, great book. It's pretty cool. But also, if you guys ever read The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield, really
I
good
have
stuff.
not.
One of the few books that ever brought me to tears.
So
as
you're
far as
on
what art means to me.
You're on Audible, right?
Yes, that's
So-
actually how I got started on this journey. But then I realized there's a whole bunch of free domain shit.
I'm gonna get with you. And
Actually,
show
got my
you-
free token, so if you got a good suggestion.
I do.
My
I have-
last one is actually probably a topic I'm going to bring up at some point, so I'll
Okay.
save that information. But
I'm gonna turn you on to some lectures. Get you smart.
okay.
It'll be fun.
Get me more smarter. I like it.
Oh.
Sure.
Thanks, Dylan.
Yeah. So friends are all for, right?
That's
See, I've been having a great week. I said, listen to some great classics, some new information. Trying to multitask, get a bike, get to exercise more, so that's fun. But also, heard some new things this week in the news.
Ooh, what's going on? We got some headlines.
Yeah, some headlines, maybe some things you guys haven't heard about. So first up, we got Taco Bell has this new Taco Lovers Pass. Have you guys heard about this?
No.
Subscription to Taco Bell.
Yeah,
Is that what this is?
More or less. Yeah,
Taco
more
Bell
or less.
Plus.
So yeah, pretty much it's like not necessarily Netflix for tacos, but yeah, it's like a monthly fee. You get a taco once every day of the week, and there's like multiple options. There's like
Who needs
Wait.
that? Wait.
Is there a subscription fee for this?
So if I'm not mistaken, it's like $10 a month, and you get.
Fuck off.
Hear me out though. If you
Taco a day? What is
Yeah.
that? What, does
So
do nothing?
you get like soft taco, crunchy taco, and of course they almost expect you to like buy a drink or some other taco, but you still get that free taco. At least if you go there like 10 times.
You'd have to go.
10 times in a month. I can't
$10
tell you the
for-
last-
Here-
I
here's
can't
the
tell you
thing.
the last time I went to Taco Bell.
I haven't either, but for those people who go to Taco Bell, like instead of spending like $1.19 for a soft taco, whatever the price is now due to inflation, thanks Joe Biden, you get
Shut the fuck up.
$1 for a taco, $10. If you spend $10, you're getting at least $1 per soft taco. That's a steal. You don't have to go the whole 30 days, but if you can, you will. You do. You can.
It's a lot of tacos.
It's a lot of tacos.
It's-
It's a great taco. Sometimes you're on a budget, you like.
But I wonder how they do that with like a stamp, or they have to like scan your phone.
It's probably an app. I think it's an app.
Yeah.
But I think it's it's a solid option. Like I don't necessarily go to Taco Bell, but
So, do you think that's going to become something that is held by every fast food restaurant?
I think it
It-
could be a
okay.
step in the right direction.
Who's going to do that?
All right.
Who's going to have a
Let me ask you
subscription to
something.
every fucking fast food
I
restaurant?
Not
can
necessarily-
name
necessarily
nobody
every.
right now, but I guarantee there's at least 50,000 Americans that are gonna do it.
Chick-fil-A. Once they got on board,
Dude,
it's
they're
mainstream.
people are itching for Chick-fil-A.
But check this out. Say you take something like more plausible, like a Little Caesars, right? $10 a month, one pizza a week. So basically, you get 4 pizzas a week. $10. That's a steal.
See, that's more manageable. I could see
That's a
that.
steal, but it can get to that point. I think you have to make something as groundbreaking as that, and then raise the price.
I am
Well-
terrified for the future. This is gonna suck.
And then eventually you're gonna start exercising for your pizza
Bruh, if
to
you-
charge the world's battery.
If you've seen the new South Park episodes or the new South Park movies, the post-COVID
I've been
stuff,
lacking.
No.
I've been lacking.
I
man,
need to look at that one.
oh my god, the future sucks so hard in that show, and that's exactly what we're
It's like
headed
Black
for.
Mirror.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
I hope
see
it's better
It's not
because
gonna-
Black Mirror is. I never watched Black Mirror before. I've like seen
I'm scared.
that
of the
is
future.
like some like
I've seen a
horrific
couple. It's
nightmares.
nuts.
I'm usually an optimist, man, but fuck, we got some rough times ahead.
Mm.
All right, so a few other things. Speaking of rough times,
What do you got?
so this from the LAPD, a duo of police officers were fired from their job. Want to guess why?
Why?
Because they stole evidence from the evidence locker.
You wish. So they were in court and they were fired because back in 2017 they were called to a robbery and they decided to say fuck that shit in lieu of catching Pokemon.
No fucking.
Wait, the police officers were catching Pokemon?
Pokemon Go. Early 2017. It was like 6 months into its thing or whatever,
Robbery,
year.
Pokemon. Yeah, let's go Pokemon.
Yeah, and of course,
Pokemon.
like police officers have a camera in their car and stuff, and body cams and whatnot, and
Yeah.
you hear them discussing it like, there's a Snorlax here, which is still hard to catch back then. So they're like, fuck the robbery. We gotta get the Snorlax.
we gotta get
Got it.
This is true, 100% true. And then,
Oh,
20
God.
minutes later, after riding around, imagine being a cop in LA in 2017 that was just riding around playing Pokemon. I would do it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a Pokemon fan. If I was a cop, of course I'd be playing.
That's abusing your power.
It might be, But that's why I'm not a cop, because I want to trust myself with that responsibility. But these are cops, and they got fired for doing this.
It's to protect and serve, not to protect and catch Pokemon.
If there's two of them, I would have flipped the coin. Like, all right, Roger, what are we doing? I call heads. If you get it, you go get them.
And if you guys have ever played Pokemon Go, or any of our listeners have, this is back when the tracking system was shit. Like, it was not clueless at all.
I've never played it.
So I play it. Back then, it was clueless. So they're running around for 20 minutes trying to find the Snorlax. You know, they fuck off, try to find some other one, and of course they're fired now. So I guess rightfully so.
Yeah.
I can't blame.
6 years later.
Yeah, they repealed, and the court case is like, nah, you guys was wrong. We got video evidence of you guys saying, fuck off. You gotta catch this Snorlax. So,
that's hippie.
have you guys heard about the Fresh Prince reboot?
I've heard of talks of it. I don't know if it's confirmed because Will Smith, I think, is part of the production.
Not only is it confirmed, and he an executive producer.
Okay.
The trailer just dropped for Peacock's own streaming service titled Bel Air.
That's what it's called.
I never saw the original.
Really?
Really?
It's quite quality. Quality. I'll be honest.
It's S tier sitcom. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Like S tier sitcom. Like right up there with Big Bang Theory.
I am
If not surpassing it. Big Bang Theory
surpassing. For sure, surpassing.
might be. If Big Bang Theory is A, Fresh Prince is S. For sure. Like Fresh Prince is S tier. I think everyone would universally agree with that.
Everyone?
If we're saying S is a superstar status, yeah.
Yeah, like you have like A, you have like B tier, C tier, A tier, S tier above A.
Yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
know?
Because Fresh had like that sense of like you were part of the family you're watching. Like you're not just watching, you're part of it, like going through all the emotions
Will
and the good
Smith.
times.
Now executive producer of the reboot.
Yeah.
If
That's
you got-
cool. I mean,
So-
I'm glad he's doing it because they're doing so many reboots of like movies from like way back in the day. It just seems like it's just we're just kind of regurgitating new movies.
Yeah,
or old movies.
It makes it. You're glad to see his name attached in some way, shape, or form.
Right,
Just
right.
As executive producer. How do you guys feel about that in general? How do you feel about it? You're the one who watched it. Are you for
I don't
it,
know.
against it?
I'm not against as if like because they told the story. So it's like, what are you gonna do? Retell the story?
It's a whole reboot. Like it's a new Carlton, it's a new Will, it's a new Aunt Viv. It's
That's
a new
what I'm
Uncle
saying.
Phil.
It's like you're literally,
New-
and then to do that to Uncle Phil, man, like
Can I tell you what? You guys haven't seen the trailer, but I'll tell you what it looks like. It looks like a CW show.
okay,
It looks like a CW show.
Like a Goldberg's
Like
kind of?
no. We're talking like, what's the one that's based off of Archie
uh,
or like Vampire Diaries, like
Yeah.
CW?
Oh, God.
You know? Yeah, we're talking like UPN, WB,
UPN.
CW. We're talking like
Yeah.
Smallville, like gritty, but like
Smallville.
basic television gritty.
No, if that's that
That's
format,
what it looked like. It's on Peacock, so I mean,
Yeah.
NBC was, I think it was a must see TV.
Are they peacocking?
Maybe. So we got Fresh Prince reboot, which if you don't care about it, you don't care about it.
We'll see. Right now, I will see. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, like I said, it looks. I don't want to give any preconceived notion, but it looks
Right.
like a CW boot. It's very gritty. It's not in front of a studio audience,
That's good.
But it looked interesting enough. I might give it a watch, but I don't care.
Same theme, I wonder. Same theme song.
You can't.
If they're gonna reboot the whole thing, you might as well, and then do his own little take.
It might be an instrumental.
Will Smith cameo somewhere in there.
He fucking better.
Yeah.
Fucking better. That's all I gotta say. All right, so next news story. If you guys haven't heard about this one, I'm glad I get to break this news.
Okay, lay it on me. I'm ready.
So there was this chick. What do you think she was doing?
Trying to get a law degree.
What do you think?
I think she was being manhandled on a train.
All right, so I give you a clue. She was selling something.
Ooh.
What do you think she was
Ooh,
selling?
okay, I got two options.
Is this the girl that was selling farts?
Ooh.
I hope not.
Is this that?
I hope
Totally
not.
is.
God damn
Totally
it.
is.
God damn
you
it.
heard-
I was
wanted
gonna
it
say
to
that
be
the
something
bath water.
better. I want no. This
it's
is
not.
Wait, is it the
recent.
same chick who sold the bath water?
it's not.
No,
It was the
someone
girl from-
different.
She was on 90 Day Fiance, I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, she was. God damn it! I wanted her to be
Selling
doing something good.
farts.
No, it's not. Yeah, so she was like jarring up farts, and then
Does that work? Like, I would like to hear
think
from
so.
her. I would like to hear from her buyers.
someone suggested they have like a tube that like spits it into like 9 different, things at
You'd
once.
have to have something that like sucks it out almost. Because even if it's like connected, like if you got a bottle right,
you're not gonna force it down.
yeah, that's not how that works.
Yeah,
I don't.
I think you just have to like hotbox it and just kind of get the air. That would be my best solution. So she actually like changed her diet and stuff, and
To make it raunchy,
yeah, like lots of beans, I presume.
greasy cheeseburgers.
Maybe it's kind of disgusting, but maybe. Especially
How much was she selling for?
I don't have.
I was gonna say I'm gonna go if one 16-ounce bottle of fart,
16-ounce bottle?
$45.
How much do you need? Is a pretty good question. I don't know the longevity of a fart. Like, do you open it? Is it like a
Just like a quick.
It's like a one hitter. It's just
What?
Yeah, like how many? That's definitely
Or
a
it's just-
finite resource.
It's in a vape. You can just put in your nose. Just.
oh god, shut the fuck up. It's so disgusting. Oh my god.
Oh man.
What's this person's name?
I forgot her name. It doesn't
I
matter.
don't want to share it.
Yeah.
It seems
I didn't bring it in
wrong
on
somehow.
purpose.
She's fucking viral, but it seems wrong to share her
So
name.
yeah. So like I said, she altered her diet and ended up in the hospital. And hey, I got to use the phrase if you guys haven't heard it. What some are calling a fart attack.
Oh god. I saw someone say fartiac arrest.
Oh, no, that's too convoluted.
Oh God.
Fart attack is so much funnier.
Oh man.
A fart attack?
Only thing.
Fartiac arrest? Come on, get the fuck out of here.
I'm pretentious.
Fart attack.
Yeah. My only problem with that part is like, one, you couldn't sell anything
Your
else.
only problem.
Like
you only have one.
maybe a couple under, but the big one is like, you're selling this. You could sell shoes, socks. I'm down even for the dirty underwear, but you're selling your farts, really? Come on now.
That's where we've landed.
All right.
That's where we draw the
You
line.
know, you say that, Andy. A.C.W REED, excuse me. But would you not do the same?
No.
Come on.
If I had even males, females, like, please, come on, let me buy you your farts.
All right, let me tell you something. Yeah, say.
No.
What would you say? $45 a bottle
For a 16-ounce bottle,
for
I
a
bet.
16-ounce bottle, a jar, probably.
Mason jar, maybe?
That's what I'm thinking. So 16-ounce bottle, $45, right? Say you get 10 of those a day. 45 times 10,
That's $450.
$450
A day?
A day.
Minus the cost of your jars, guys. Minus the cost of your
$9.
Okay.
$9. You're going to BJ's.
I'm
Going to
getting
Sam's
I'm getting
Club.
full of whole. I'm buying it straight
Yeah.
from Mason.
Yeah. Wholesale.
Going to Mason
Minimal.
to get some jars.
Minimal overhead
Dude,
for your.
$3 a jar.
Are you
bro.
gonna can some tomatoes? Something like that. Sure.
They pay shipping, by the way.
Yeah, right. Oh God.
$450
I'm still-
a
no.
day.
I don't.
10
How long? How
farts
long
a
am I
day?
selling 10 of them a day?
Indefinitely.
Indefinitely, dude.
What else
if
would you
I got
do?
10 people to buy that for $45 a day, possibly.
I think about it. You can retire early.
Real early, like 2 years from now. You're early.
Yeah. Selling farts, selling feet. I see no difference.
No, I just open up an orphanage.
Yeah, sell sell farts for orphan children.
Farts for a cause. Farts
Yeah.
for a cause.
Yeah, farts for a cause.
That's brilliant.
Today's charity by Sounds Obtuse Podcast is Farts for a Cause.
What's for a cause?
We sell farts, bottle them, jar them. You buy them. We support orphanages. That's it.
What are we doing here?
Blank period. That's it.
Oh man, I don't even know what's going on.
All right, so that's all the news I have this week. After this,
Can I throw in a more somber
please do.
Yeah.
note real quick? I'm sorry.
I'm down. No.
That was a fun
Yeah.
one. I would have rather ended on this one. Did anyone see the news coming out of Kazakhstan?
Didn't I think as you predicted, Russia was like all up in their shit.
Possibly, but I also predicted it in Ukraine, not Kazakhstan, which is in fact a different place.
Okay.
Did you?
I must
No,
have
but
misheard
please
the
lay
last
it down on me.
episode of Sounds Obtuse Podcast.
So, what happened is there was this. They sort of like some corruption going on in Kazakhstan. They raised the price, the fuel price, and then people got pretty fucking mad about that because there's already a bunch of bullshit. It's like one of the most oil producing countries in the world. So why the fuck are they raising the price of fuel on like consumers while these oligarchs are getting fucking?
Yeah, it's like
super
Indiana
rich?
raising the price on corn.
I think I see your point.
Is that a
So-
good analogy?
No, but
That's a great analogy.
Okay.
It's not at all. But
You go to Indiana, you look around, you see corn.
but anyway,
Yeah.
so there was all this unrest against the government of Kazakhstan, Kazakhstan basically was like, yep, we're going to shut this shit down, sent their troops and cronies out into the crowds to basically just like shoot into the crowd, shit like that.
Cool.
Shit started getting really whack, and Russia decides they're going to send in their own troops to help quell like this protest and shit. And they said, the Kazakhstan government said, yeah, okay, awesome, do it, solid. So they accepted this, and people are wondering if this is spelling like, is this Russia gaining more influence? Is this possibly... Anthony Blinken, our Secretary of State, said, you'll find that once you let the Russians in your house, it's very hard to get them to leave. And
I feel like somebody said that.
I kind of like that analogy. Like
yeah.
But yeah, I just thought that was some pretty interesting stuff. Like, it's pretty monumental. It might not actually be all that important in the grand scheme of things, but
is anything really that important?
Well, see, if as I predict, by the summer of this year, we've seen a Russian invasion of Ukraine, it'll look like a piece that led to that story.
Since some
it'll be
dominoes
more
lead
important.
to that full topple.
It'll be more important in other scopes if that comes true. And if it doesn't, then it's just a weird little piece of history. But if it does lead to something more, it'll be a smaller piece of a bigger whole. That's what she said. Possibly. Maybe she did.
That's what we'll see during the summertime.
Maybe she did as she was bottling parts. Taking them with a straight face to UPS.
This episode of Sounds Obtuse Podcast is brought to you by Bottled Farts. Go to bottledfarts.com/Sounds Obtuse Podcast. Use code SOP at checkout. Save 20% on your first order of Bottled Farts.
Hi, I would like to ship these out. Okay, and what are the contents? They're just mason jars.
Noble gases?
They're just mason jars. Noble gases. No fucking way she didn't call them that. They're the most noble of noble gases, actually. They come from my noble ass. You know, I was a C-list celebrity. Yeah. Well, I mean, I was on a reality TV show, which basically makes me a C-list celebrity.
You know, I forgot to mention, she actually made some NFTs of her farts as well.
Oh my god, dude! The NFTs of these things, man.
Wow.
Yeah, so she's
NF Toots.
NF Toots. Congratulations, Dylan. First one of the podcast round to make that joke.
That was good.
Gotta be. I don't have my buzzer.
Don't do it. I already did it.
All right.
I'm better than you.
I'm cutting that. We got through the basic stuff.
Oh.
Glad to have you guys here. A.C.W REED, you have some other even more major news than the things that we just discussed, which I thought was big news.
A.C.W REED possibly has some contentious news, or
maybe.
I'll say it like this, fellas, and everybody else listening. There are things in the world going on right now that I have no control over, but there are things in the world that I can look into. And I'm not saying I got all the facts and knowledge, but I just want to say this. There's a lot of crazy, corrupt, wild stuff that's going on, but one thing I'm glad to be sure of is that our judicial system is still somewhat intact. It's a little,
God bless America.
Little bent, old back bent, but it's still intact.
Okay.
So,
what's brought you to that conclusion?
Because I was nervous. I was genuinely really nervous that this person was not going to get guilty. Because if this person had not gotten guilty, I probably would have left the country. But we're okay. Because of the things that are being brought about this accusal. So I'll just say it like this. If you don't know, I'm about to inform you. The person, I'm probably going to butcher her name, but I don't care. She's not a really good person. Ghislaine Maxwell, who is now found guilty of a lot of things, but most definitely sex trafficking of minors, procuring.
Guilty.
Yes, guilty, as charged. She is found enticing a minor to engage in sexual activity, guilty. Transporting minors with intent to engage of said sexual activity, guilty. And, a bunch of others. There was 6 major charges. She got found of 5. The other one, it was one that melded in with the other one, so they had to just say 5. But there's a
lot of charges there.
Yeah.
A lot of heavy shit.
That's some heavy shit.
But the crazy part about this is like, so on the charges that she sent for, even with all of them, it's only a maximum of 65 years. So she's looking at 65 years.
Combined, like everything stacked?
Everything's stacked right now.
60, that's
65.
She could survive that potentially.
No, she's 60.
No, she couldn't. No,
She could live to be 120. With all those babies she's been like drinking the blood of, she could definitely live to 120. Come on.
That's
Come
for
on.
the next podcast.
Come on.
We'll get into that one.
I digress.
We're gonna get into this. Don't worry. If you're at home mad hearing this bullshit like I am, we're gonna get after it in a few minutes. But we're gonna let A.C.W REED give us some speech first.
What got me was that the case started November 28th, and it was set to go on for 6 weeks at minimum. They concluded, and the jury got their decision and verdict down to December 29th. So a solid
a little over a month.
A little over a month. There was a couple days where they had recess because some of the juries had to leave or whatever.
It's the holidays.
So it was like 3 weeks. So I was like, well, that's really impressive that they did this at like half the time.
I imagine the jury throughout the entirety of the trial was just like, can we just like, where's the skip button? We've already said it to each other. We know how this goes. So. Spoiler alert. Yeah, we know the outcome of this.
Well, that's
lots of deliberation.
It only took them about 40 hours. That's what I was reading. So
I'm surprised it took them 40 hours. I'm not upset by it. I think there should be time when making big decisions about people. I think like I can say it in a joking way. I can't believe it took them that long. But in all seriousness, I am glad that there's deliberation. There's people asking tough questions.
Yeah.
But that is still just crazy to me.
It is. It perplexes my mind because there was 4 major witnesses. They didn't use their real names. 4 girls at the time were underage. One of them, because they were in different countries, the age of consent laws were different. So they
pulled the old Matt Gates.
Yeah. Oh, we're in France, so it's technically legal because she's this age. She was like 17 at the time, and like I forgot what country, but they were in that country, so technically it was legal for her to be doing whatever she was doing. But the other 3, 100% were in America, like 16, 17-year-old girls. Wrong to the fullest.
May I ask, there was a lot of talk that she might have dirt on, and I'm quoting, so I'm paraphrasing things that I've heard, that she might have dirt on other people.
So,
elites?
Quote-unquote elites, the Illuminati, the crab, the lizard people, perhaps. So maybe she can
reptilians. Yes,
maybe she can blow the lid on the reptiles. Is what the apparently informed people say on the YouTubes.
The wokes. Well, on the real note, she does have. There's one of the accusers. No, the one of the girls has said that she knows and was committing said sexual acts with some high quality grade billionaires and political echelon types, including Prince Andrew, as well as
that is not anything. I don't know why the fuck Prince Andrew is suddenly why after years of no one knowing who the fuck Prince Andrew is, suddenly he's this highly important person that everyone needs to be concerned with.
I guess because he may have touched a girl, but he personally said like that never happened.
Is this the guy who can't sweat?
No.
Someone else.
Sounds like a reptile to me.
There was another like politician. I forgot what state. Maybe Georgia. Georgia.
Probably another reptile like Mitch McConnell.
Yeah.
Amphibian.
But he didn't comment.
Amphibian. You're right.
He didn't comment. I think they are reptilian. Maybe not amphibians, because are reptilians reptiles amphibians?
Lizards are reptiles.
Apparently, there's this is a whole other podcast, but apparently there's like 4...
Not if I can help
There's like 4 alien species that have come and lived and inhabited our Earth, one of them being reptilian. There's
Well, that goes on to what you think about the moon.
And then you have the Patriots that are going to go into the pizza parlors where they're holding these poor innocent children and shoot them up.
Maybe.
Apparently that's the cure.
Just...
And then God sent us Trump to be like, I know what'll fix this.
Trump, please help us.
So, may I just state, now, you were talking about this horrible lady. Did you have anything else to say about this young lady specifically?
Not in specific. So one
Sorry,
thing
not this young lady. I don't know.
Well, yeah, no, I said it too.
She's older than you.
I was speaking. Oh, hang on. No, I say that to people that are much older than me. But I was speaking with my customer service inflection that I use at Food Lion.
Yeah.
Where
not the person you need to prioritize.
I refer. Yeah, exactly. I was speaking in that. Fuck this bitch. I retract my politeness.
You were using it so sarcastically, you just like forgot.
Yeah. So
I feel that.
I don't want anyone being like, he called Ghislaine Maxwell a young lady. Like, no, fuck her.
Yeah.
Dylan Carter, pro Ghislaine Maxwell.
Apparently I am. I can already see it happening.
Little did you know. So she's got caught. She got the 5 or 6, right? That's one set. There's another set of 2 perjury accusations from when she lied under oath.
This was during the Epstein.
That was in
right?
2016 with the Epstein thing. So
yeah.
because now that these are guilty, it does lead to further charges
Perjury and
perjury, saying that because
dumb bitch.
you're guilty on this, you're gonna be guilty on that. But the Supreme Court, no, we'll say U.S. government. The U.S. government is willing to dismiss the 2 perjuries if her sex trafficking charges stay, because for some reason it's
like when 2 different
she's still a billionaire. She still gets to have.
I was gonna say it's like when 2 different referees throw flags for 2 different things, but like one cancels the other out because one's 15 yards, the other's just 10.
Yeah, that's about what and that's what gets me, because it's like, so if the U.S. government knows that she did this and knows she's guilty, why are we not investigating more about her people that she was working with? Because she's been doing this since like the 80s, 90s.
We got a pandemic going on, man. We can't be dealing with pedophile information. We got to solve this cure.
I guess, pandemic does, over trump this sexual trafficking of children, because that probably makes more sense. And
you don't think there's people working on it?
I'm sorry. I said that sarcastically. I'm sorry.
Just because it isn't coming up now, that doesn't mean that like there's not people digging through this shit and that's gonna come out. It just means that like they don't have the time to wait years to move this thing forward. They're just like, look, we have more than enough evidence to put this bitch away forever. Let's do that. And then dig through and find out who the fuck she was working with.
That's what I
feel
hope.
I feel like that.
She hasn't started talking yet, has she?
No, she's going back to the
Which she can probably do after she gets in there. She'll be like, okay,
Yeah,
look,
so
I can tell you
she's
some
been in
shit.
jail since last year, July.
But she just got sentenced.
Yeah, so she's sentenced.
So-
She's waiting the other one. If she accepts the U.S. government deal for the sex or the
there's
the
got to
jury.
be some sort of like deal they're gonna make for.
I'm sure there'll be
Well,
something.
she says, and her family has all pleaded that this is a false verdict. So they're going for the appeal.
You gotta appeal.
They're gonna appeal for this, of course,
Not
because
that I'm like pro appeal, but like I mean,
yeah,
you
and she's
gotta
got
appeal.
money. But I mean, apparently she's been in this jail for I guess over a year, or close to a year, and it's not a very nice jail.
Good.
For her, it's not been nice. But she says like some of the guards have been treating her wrong, and the food's moldy and nasty. And this and that.
Now, hang on.
Boo hoo.
No, hang on. There's an important point to be made here because I don't want to speak too sarcastically about a real problem because of this bitch. Prisons in this country are fucking horrible.
True.
And prisoners often get treated as if they don't have any human rights at all
Facts.
in this country because of our
Definitely
prison
true.
systems. That's a problem. Prisoners deserve quality food. They deserve quality education. They deserve programs that are going to help them as they get out. That being said, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah.
We don't fucking care what you get to eat.
And aside on prison food, I had a family member who worked at a prison system, and his lunch for what the place would get was the exact same thing we would get in like the elementary school lunches.
I believe it.
Oh my god!
So, like-
Well,
that
that's so
bullshit
crazy
pizza,
because-
that bullshit
Yeah.
pizza.
Yeah.
We all know that most
Sandwiches, you know?
prisons and correctional institutions are privately owned
Oh,
and
yeah.
operated, like
But they had government
87,
subsidies.
because the government pays them to be private.
So
There's only like a few that are like governmentally owned.
Privatization of prison.
That's
is a
the
whole
problem.
other pod.
That's-
a whole
I
other
know
pod.
Yeah.
you didn't go to school around here, but I know you did.
Yeah.
So middle school, you had like your chicken sandwiches, your pizza, but then you had like a blue plate special. Do you have
Yeah.
So that blue plate special was what they were having at the prison that day.
Oh, nice.
So the city The schools, the prisons, the same thing in their eyes. They had to feed these people every day.
They're like, fuck it, give them some fish sticks and
Pretty much. Give them the pizza rolls, but don't give them any marinara. Fuck those kids. So they'd do that stuff, and then it'd be the same thing. Like they'd have the workers in the prison go on to have lunches outside. It'd be the same thing we would get on a field trip. So it's the same thing. But also, those foods for the schools and the prisons are made by the same company. I think it's like Pierre Foods, who makes foods for the Dollar Tree.
You want to know some crazy stuff that I just figured out yesterday? Nestle. Okay, you think Nestle is its own entity? I found this out because Nestle is in line with DiGiorno, right? Nestle makes DiGiorno. You look at the bottom of the label.
Big old well.
Hillshire is owned by Nestle. All Hillshire foods, okay? Run that back up the chain even more. You look at the little distributed by and whatnots. It's Tyson. Tyson owns Nestle.
Chicken.
Nestle distributes and has their own subsidiary of different products.
Oh, it breaks down so many levels.
But
man.
Tyson owns that. Then there's the other one. So Hillshire is in the same line with Nestle, but Nestle owns from Nesquik, all this blah blah.
I don't know if it's the same. Remember, you have Kraft, and then you have
and
Conagra Foods.
Dude, this is just to go to say that MLMs, that's multi-level marketing for those that don't know, which is the thing that your annoying friends keep trying to get you to buy shit.
That friend that you haven't talked to since high school.
And we all talk shit about multi-level marketing, MLMs. We all talk shit about them being Ponzi schemes, and they are until they reach a certain point where businesses like that are just multi-level marketing. It's all the way up and down.
Yeah.
Just fucking
If you look,
layers of bullshit.
Well, you want to know who owns part of Tyson?
Oh, God. Who?
Sony.
What? The people who made my PlayStation 3 own my chicken.
There's Sony Entertainment, Sony Music Label, and there's Sony Distribution that has. They're not making.
They don't
food.
make it. They just.
They're
ship
on
it.
they're on the council with Tyson.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
Nuts.
And what does that have to do with Ghislaine Maxwell?
That
Tie it all together for us.
That might have just been a side thing.
Knows the people. I was slightly, but no, she does know these people because part of the reason why she was trying to go into defense so hard is because she was
trying to protect them,
trying to protect the name. So the judge, forgot her name, but she's some high level badass judge. Was like, I'm gonna need the names of everybody that you and Epstein were collaborating with. The lawyer's like, no, we can't give the names because it's going to make the people get angry and not like these people very much. And
what's wrong with that?
The judge was like, nah, I don't care. So now that she is found guilty, she's gonna have to drop the names of all of the people that were whoever she was in cahoots with sex trafficking these people.
There was plenty of alleged names back on TikTok back in the day. I don't know if you guys remember those days when TikTok was the best source of news. It might still be the best source of news.
It's arguably debatable. Yeah, I'd agree with it though.
I mean, if I said Twitter, you'd be a little more accepting, but at the same time, it's no different than TikTok.
Except without the videos. But go ahead.
So yeah, there was a couple celebrities that I won't name names. We'll just see it come out, I guess. Unless you guys want to name names.
All right. Can I say something about this whole fucking mess?
Yeah, man. That's what we're here for.
What do you have?
A podcast.
Can I give a hot take?
Hot take. Dylan Carter, the atheist who celebrates Christmas himself.
What?
The true contrarian.
That was funny.
Dylan Carter.
Run that back with the last podcast anyways, go ahead. Just say what you're gonna say, bro.
I believe Occam's razor slices quite nicely through all this bullshit, and I just want to say, Epstein did kill himself. Get over yourselves. Sometimes the simplest answer is the truth. Epstein killed himself.
Those guards are fucking around.
Maxwell is on suicide watch.
People die in prison. The shitty U.S. prison systems. People die in them all the fucking time.
Yeah,
I know personal stories.
And people don't fucking care. Except when this high-profile dude's like, oh, wait a minute, you mean I'm going to be put in front of fucking courtrooms and have to atone for all the horrifying shit that I've done? You know what I could do real quick? Kill myself. That sounds like a great fucking idea. And I get so frustrated because I'll say this shit to people and they'll be like, "Oh, so you don't believe that child sex trafficking is a real issue?" Where the fuck did I say that?
You're right. Where'd you pull that shit out the hat?
Hold the fuck up.
Yeah, correlation is not causation.
That is not what I fucking said. But Epstein killed himself, God damn it. There's no secret cabal that assassinated Epstein in prison. The dude killed himself because who the fuck wants to sit on a stand and answer all these questions?
And he was about to go back to prison for like 180 years. Not life sentence because you can get parole, but it was like 180 years what he was looking at.
You would almost think a guy like that had it planned. Like, okay, if they give me this shirt in prison, I'm going to be able to kill myself in this way, this efficiently.
I can have a rough day at work and want to off myself. You're telling me all that shit and this dude's not like, you know what would be really easy? Just checking the fuck out.
Right?
Yeah, I firmly believe Epstein killed himself.
I could go with that. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not even saying I'm right. I just think that the fact that Maxwell now is found guilty of the charges that were in cahoots with Epstein makes Epstein more guilty, which makes everything that he did in the past and what she had done more concrete.
Sure, but and I'm not fighting that Epstein did a bunch of horrible shit. He certainly did, which is why I'm positive he killed himself. Because he did all that horrible shit, and he was guilty as a fucking motherfucker.
Yeah.
And she's guilty as a motherfucker, and they probably do have some high-profile friends, like Prince Andrew, who's not that high-profile when you really fucking take a step back. He just has Prince in his name, so he sounds official.
The Prince Andrew.
So it's like the fucking Prince of nothing. But, yeah, so Prince Andrew apparently is a high-profile friend. It's like, I'm not doubting that there's highly connected people that are well-off billionaires.
Bill Clinton
that
allegedly.
Go to fucking see. I haven't seen the evidence for that. That's where the evidence gets hella
That's
fucking
why I said
shaky.
allegedly.
Was Bill or Hillary Clinton mentioned in the court filings of this case? Were they mentioned at all?
Not that I've seen. Their foundations have ties with the Epsteins.
Right. That's perfectly fine. Can't you imagine having business ties with someone who you like, oh, okay, this person's popular. We could probably get some work done in our foundation, probably make a little bit of money together. Oh, wait a minute.
Make
what do you
some
mean?
general welfare
You mean
goodness?
oh, shit. They fucking do all of this? God damn it. We made a bad investment with these people.
So I think the hard thing with this topic is you don't want to make excuses in lieu of supporting this guy. You know what I mean?
And that's why
you know what I'm saying?
That's why I keep reiterating. This dude killed himself because of the horrifying shit that he is guilty of.
All right, so sure, you could say he killed himself. Some would say, not me necessarily, some would say that he didn't. That's the meme going around at the very least.
It's still a meme somehow.
Oh yeah,
right.
Comes back.
So I'm not saying he probably he might have killed himself, but all I'm saying is those fucking guards that were hired to watch potentially the highest
24-hour suicide watch.
Yeah, they were not doing their job.
No.
They were not doing their job. Whether they were perhaps paid off. That's the best,
Chris, have you ever just not done your job?
Definitely.
Okay. I rest my case.
Well, there you go.
They too have a job, and they were probably like, "Yo, you want to go catch the Pokemon?"
Possibly, there's probably a Snorlax.
That was probably a fucking Snorlax. They come
get
back
in the
like,
jail?
"Oh, God damn it! God damn it!"
Yeah, I think.
Don't worry, dude. He's not gonna kill himself or anything.
Yeah, they had a shiny release, and they just couldn't miss out.
Damn it, Brad! Come on.
God
Probably
damn
what
it!
was, If it came down to it, if I had to catch a Pokemon or look after Epstein, I'd catch that Pokemon.
Maybe this is the amateur historian in me.
Maybe
it is. Anyway, the fact that we sort of struggle with myth because it's sort of our job, and historians are usually no fun because it's our job to break myths. Myths of different historic events. We kind of go back and say, well, it actually wasn't quite like that, like you were told in that story in kindergarten.
There's a lot of interpretation.
It's actually a lot more different than that. And I feel like it's very much people want to mythologize this because it's this is a crazy story. I'm not denying the Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, the whole thing isn't riveting.
Wild.
It is wild. It is some crazy shit. It is some sick shit. It's depraved at times. It's just bonkers.
Almost convenient, some would say.
Yeah, I mean there is weird all over it, okay?
For sure.
But that doesn't mean that it has to be weirder than you can explain. It's like, it doesn't have to just keep getting weirder.
As strange as fiction, you might say.
And people seem to just like want to pile onto shit like this and be like, well, I heard. And it's like, maybe the dude just killed himself because he didn't want to stand trial. And
which is very plausible. It makes sense.
Which it sounds a lot more plausible than an international cabal of lizard people finding a way to infiltrate his jail cell and murder him to keep him from ratting on them.
I wouldn't go that far.
QAnon would.
I wouldn't say the
Which fuck
lizard
them, by
people.
the way. Algorithms, if you're listening, I know I just said a no-no word and we might get zapped a little bit, but fuck them. We're
QAnon,
not supporting them.
QAnon, I'm indifferent, just so you know.
Fuck off. You're going to get us banned.
Indifferent? That means I know.
That's semi-supportive.
It's not supportive at all.
I don't know that indifference.
It's just not. I don't know enough about them. I'm going to say that on record.
The reptilian people?
If they are QAnons are reptilians. Is that what you're telling me, Dylan?
No, they're fighting the reptilians.
All right,
apparently.
so we'll get into the reptilian QAnon.
Maybe they are the reptilians.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Possibly.
I'm not saying it's an international conspiracy with reptilians to kill Epstein, but maybe he killed himself because he's like, I'm not trying to get taken over by reptilian overlords.
So, this is what I'm going to suggest. We halt this conversation and we pick it up sometime in the future. Perhaps.
Can we come back with the prison one? Can we come back to 15 with the prison?
15 with the prison, perhaps. I was going to say we can get deeper into this particular discussion. Maybe, just maybe, if not in a bonus episode of Sounds Obtuse Podcast, perhaps in a tag team episode with Living Vivid.
Ooh, possibly. A part 2 over there.
So look forward to that.
Make the people that want to listen to the conversation. Shift over there.
So if you want to see us get deeper down the rabbit well, join us there.
Part 2.
Yes, tune in there.
Andy, A.C.W REED. Was there anything that you wanted to?
Yeah. Any last bits?
No, just stay alive with this one. Wherever your point of view is, really just keep notes on where the trial goes, because there's still more information to be said with this whole side. So whether you're left, right, up, down, diagonal, left or sideways, just keep your eyes peeled on this trial. And
the things on your TV aren't necessarily the news you need to be tuned into.
Not. Yeah. So
with that.
We'll see what happens. But thank you, judicial juries that helped made this woman guilty. Amen.
Yeah, for sure.
And you did make a good point. It's like, thank God this went the way it went, because obviously this is a slam dunk case.
Yeah.
Like,
if it was like
every motherfucker on
Alley-oop
Facebook
with the game breaker too, man.
Every person on Facebook was like, yo, I fucking know where this shit goes. Like, I am not an expert, even though I think I am, and I have seen enough evidence to put this bitch away.
Yeah.
So I am glad that this one actually worked. She's gonna appeal. I can't wait for that. It's gonna be fun.
Get to go to every trial.
Give us a part 3. Get slaying.
Yeah.
Let's go. Make us some fucking money, bitch.
All right, so with those final remarks in that segment, thank you, Dylan.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I might cut that, clip it, quote it from time to time.
Make us some fucking money, bitch.
Yeah.
So with that, we move on to our final segment of this episode of Sounds Obtuse Podcast, featuring A.C.W REED as our guest. Bonus questions. Anybody want to go first? I'm always down to go first, but if you are a guest,
I would love to go first.
Please lay it on us.
This is something, like I said,
Bonus
relative
questions.
to we're saying off the air, but something relative to what could be in our lifetime, like all of ours. Praise God to the almighty Elon Musk, that this may be happening. What the question is?
What is it?
If, I'm not saying little green men, but if ETs were to come down tonight and ask you, would you come to our planet to help us? You may not come back to this planet Earth. Would you do it?
Damn, I really.
Not like you could, but we don't know if you can come back.
Right. Knowing nothing else, that's
we need your help, Dylan. On our planet.
Like more than likely, this is gonna be a one-way trip.
Probably.
And this is like confirmed. Like this isn't like some like bullshit ruse.
No, like you saw you saw the ship.
Okay.
I'm not gonna end up on an island with some motherfucker trying to
massaging
me.
That's what I mean.
No, like you're about to go through space and time and see some Jurassic worlds.
This is tough. I know for me at least, because we do have the future of this podcast to uphold. So just up and leaving any time would be like, damn. this could be the last one.
I'm gonna.
But if we didn't have this podcast, I think I'll take that stipulation. You know.
So you got the podcast, you got the girlfriend. What are you doing?
Yeah, you leaving her?
I'm gonna say no.
No. See,
and honestly, like it is partly her. I don't want to say that it has nothing to do with her. It certainly does. It's the podcast as well. Certainly Kayla. I don't want to leave her. I love her very, very dearly. You know what the big thing is for me though?
Please let me down.
I am a patriot, and I see. Don't you fucking laugh at me, you uncultured egg. I am a patriot, and I believe in my country, and I see my country on the precipice of possibly its most trying time ever. And I am a student of the U.S. Civil War.
I could see that.
And if a little green man comes to me who I don't know about a culture...
Dylan, you want to roll through time and space with us right now? Speaking out, forever hold your peace.
Part of me wants to say that's racist, but I don't know what fucking race it would be, so carry on.
It's an alien race, buddy.
Well, just wait till you get canceled 20,000 years in the future. So yeah, if I was going to donate time and energy to trying to help a poor species of people overcome extreme odds, I just stay here and do it.
Stay and help the humans.
Man,
stay and help my poor Americans who are trying to murder each other.
I like how you stuck with the Americans, not the humans.
Well, I mean,
sounds very nationalistic.
Maybe it does. A lot of problems we need to deal with in this fucking world can be helped and assisted if America got their shit in order.
Facts. I agree with you on that.
So I think we're in the biggest position to do more good for the world. I'm not saying that we have done more good for the world. I'm not claiming that at all. We haven't. But I think we are in a position where we could if we had our house in order inside, and we currently don't. We currently have buffoons believing in reptilians trying to overthrow the fucking government for some reason. And looking like they're doing pretty good.
I think it's
because
because
the problems we need to solve here is the long-winded answer.
You're like, no, my country needs me.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I'm basically Captain America, is what I'm saying.
You know, all right,
what about you, Chris?
Especially since Dylan's gonna stay here, serve, protect the country, eat his guns, all that good stuff.
Eat all my guns.
I'm gonna go with those aliens because I know this country is in good hands with Dylan at the helm.
True.
Thank you.
That's a pretty.
So I'm gonna go with these guys, see what they need me to do. You know, I'm very like, you know, we had to transport some boxes this evening. I'm like, let's do it right now. Let's go.
Chris is always ready to help.
Let's move these boxes from car A into car B. Be done with it. Come back in. Win first place in trivia.
Fucking did it.
And then afterwards we'll film a podcast, and here we are.
Yeah.
So if those aliens come down and they're like, hey, Chris, dog, we know you got a podcast. It's about to pop off, but Dylan's gonna protect the world, so it'll be on maybe hiatus. But perhaps we'll be able to
hyperlink us or something.
Yeah, hyperlink you with the space with the space time, telephone. And as he's saving the country, we'll be able to link you in and do the podcast.
I mean, that'd be great material.
That'd be great material. So it'll be this is Sounds Obtuse Podcast. We're coming at you from outer space. With me is Dylan, who is currently saving the United States, by the way.
In the wasteland.
What's up, buddy? So
yeah,
if you're gonna hold down the fort, I will be the tag team in this to go fuck around with those space.
So I'm gonna hold down the fort. Chris is gonna go do some missionary work on planet X3W.
Emphasis on the missionary, am I right?
A.C.W REED
and anal.
A.C.W REED, what are you doing?
I am working on being able to say no because I have a lovely girlfriend here that and I love her. Yeah, Kenzie. I don't. She knows it's like a life goal of mine to like travel the stars. So I'm working on saying no, but like if it happened right now, I want to go.
Well, see, this is why I'm here for you guys as your friends. I'm like, I'll take that voyage.
But I want to do it, man.
Like that Deep Space Nine, if you know what I'm saying.
Like for you, A.C.W REED, it would be like, if the alien came to you now, you'd be like, damn, I don't even gotta like say bye though. I could just like jet. All right, let's go. But if he came to you like when you're with her, you'd be like, "Damn, I gotta like explain this."
Yeah,
she's gonna be all uppity about
I'm just
it.
like deuces, y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all know what's good.
Chris
See yourself
but
out.
I know when I die, I'm gonna go back to cosmos. I'll be the alien. I mean, alien. Yeah, floating through the cosmos and the stars.
I
So
think your Stardust is gonna go off to like at least 10 to 27 different citizens of these worlds.
At least. So if I don't do it in this life,
human,
I'll do
alien,
it
moth.
in the next life. Yeah,
For sure.
So that was A.C.W Reed's question.
Yeah,
Can I
okay.
go next?
Yes, please. I will do the last.
So we all
Bonus
work.
question.
So we all work at the same place.
Food Lion.
We all work at the Shite Kite,
Boop.
as they might say.
Del Hayes dropping in.
Those crazy Dutchmen that run our country.
LLC.
Brussels sprouts.
That's it. So, my question is, and I say all of that to say this: if you're listening at home and you don't have a local Food Lion, just imagine wherever you go to do your grocery shopping, because you can play along with this. But I'm going to be using Food Lion because that's what we see on a daily basis.
Kroger, Walmart, Piggly Wiggly.
Wherever you go, maybe doing pretty well for yourself, going to your Whole Foods.
Save a lot.
You might see a different breed of people in there. So buyer beware there. You might see a different breed of people, not the kind we're going to be referring to. But I digress, all of that said. A.C.W Reed, Christian Cruz, what is your least favorite archetype of customer that comes into grocery stores?
If you don't have one now, I got you.
Please go.
Okay, this is great. This
You're
is
right.
great.
Your
So
Least favorite. Can't stand this type of
no,
customer.
because I've seen it from the Nag Said. I've seen it from our store. I've seen it from 610.
Nag said is a place for the international
Oh,
viewers
yeah,
who are
sorry.
like, what the fuck is that?
Before you deliver your answer, can I ask, is it a southern thing?
No,
Okay.
no. So
Interesting.
on the beach, Nag Said is a beach. It is a tourist. It's probably the most touristy spot on the eastern coast of America that you will probably find.
Outer Banks, right?
Outer Banks, yeah. It is the. Do you have this in stock? No, I don't. Are you sure?
Oh, yes. What is that archetype?
That is a. I'm pretty sure I'm right, even though you work here.
Okay.
That like mentality. Of,
I know your back room better than you guys.
yeah, like, and the people that have the audacity to not like, and we're just working a Food Line, but like, give me the respect that I deserve. I'm not the.
We do deserve respect.
You know-
We don't gotta fucking sugarcoat it or fucking
know-
put it in parentheses. No, give us our fucking respect. We're
Yeah.
human beings.
and
We do a job, and you motherfuckers are starting to see that we are necessary.
they're like, fine then. Like to be like, oh, that's okay, cool, great, love you. But fine, you don't have my carrots or my steamed this. Come on,
Pomegranates and parsnips. What the fuck?
the fuck is this?
Too late.
Where's my
buddy.
blood oranges, Chris? Come on.
Those Moros. Other side of the table. They're there. You just didn't look. It's the first thing you see as you walk into this. There's no way you could have came to the store without seeing those fucking oranges.
So Chris.
So yeah, that was mine.
For me, the person who is very specific now, but you guys know what I mean. This is why I asked if it was a southern thing at first. You guys ever seen Pawn Stars?
Yes,
You know the old man?
Yeah.
the older guy.
Anybody who looks like that motherfucker, whether a man, woman, non-binary, blob in a Mart cart, what have you, if they somewhat resemble that, I don't like you.
What is that archetype?
They're so like non-invasive, like they don't get in your shit, but they're just so unpleasant to look at.
Oh,
You know what I mean? And it's like they take up so much space. They take forever to hit a corner, and they're not even my least favorite. They're just like they stand out the most.
They're preeminent in your mind.
Yeah, they're like the Goombas. It's like all you gotta do is jump on them. They don't fly. It's like they don't fly or anything, but they're huge.
Yeah.
They're an obstacle.
It's something you gotta go around.
you said that, and I'm sorry.
But when they do talk to you, it's like,
They have a nuisance to them.
they
Yeah.
do. It's
It's
like
drag.
It's like max nuisance. That's their only stat. It's like they're 0 and everything else, but their nuisance stat is like 10, and that is the most annoying thing in a workplace. Like,
Yeah.
you, give me your Karens all you want, but they'll pop in like 1 to 8 times. But this person, if they make contact with you, they're gonna ask for some shit that hasn't existed since 1958.
But I got it
that
last
might
week.
not exist at
I
all.
got it last week. What do you mean?
Yeah, well, it wasn't here. You're. Oh man. I just,
Dude, I got asked one time. I had a dude come up and go, "Hey, man, do you guys sell hot macaroni and cheese ready to eat?" And I said, "No, we don't, because we didn't." And he goes, "Yeah, you do."
Oh, dude.
Well then,
That's what I'm
where is
saying.
it?
That's what I'm
Where is it? Take me to it. Show me where the fuck it is, because I happen to.
That
work
is what
here.
I'm saying, bro.
I happen to fucking work here.
It gets me every time. It's like,
I'm actually the guy who'd be doing it.
yeah.
So I don't know why you know more than me, but that is not my archetype. If I may answer my own question,
Yes.
Yeah.
What is yours?
so I don't like at all. And we are, some of us are more attractive than the other, but looking at you, A.C.W REED, you attractive son of a bitch.
That beard, though, got me. Whew.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I needed that boost.
Get a room, you guys.
So we're not,
I'm in your room. Get out, bro. What are you doing?
but we are not lovely young ladies.
True.
But we certainly aren't. I think we can all agree.
I don't identify as that.
Right.
I thought about identifying.
So we have probably never had this happen to us, but I guarantee you all of us have seen this, and you will understand what I mean when I say this. This is the people who come in. This is the old men who come into Food Lion every day, specifically so they can flirt with the cashiers and people at deli counters, the cute cashiers and the cute girls at deli counters who cannot refuse their advances, cannot be rude to them, and just walk away whenever they say weird fucking shit to them.
It's horrific.
It is fucking horrific.
What's interesting is that, like, I almost didn't want to say it because I try to block it out because it almost is traumatic, but, like, I'm not a cute girl, you're right, but I have got those kind of vibes from customers, and you're just like, please don't touch me. Especially during a pandemic.
I have people touch my hair. I am a guy who has long curly hair, and I have older women come up and be like, "Oh, this is so lovely," and it's I appreciate you, but you're putting your fucking hands all in my hair, and I don't appreciate that.
I didn't get to tell the story on a previous pod. I kind of forgot about it, but it's perfect to tell now. One time, this actually had a Food Lion. My first stint, I was in my early 20s. I'm talking to this lady, giving my great customer service advice, talking to her about some fucking gummy treats on aisle 8 with the breakfast shit, you know?
Okay, good stuff.
And she tells me she has an autistic son, right? Her autistic son was not fooled that she put generic Doritos into a regular Dorito bag. He was like, "This ain't it, Mom." So I'm just like shooting the shit with her, you know, just again being great customer service. And I'm barely into my 20s, you know. And then I remember her name was Ruby Manning because she went into the other aisle, came back around. I'm like stocking cereals, slips her number in my pocket.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think I can one up you.
Please do.
There is a customer. We'll just say customer right now.
I'll just say I wasn't completely comfortable with that, but you know, I should have.
Well,
I'll talk about that later on.
I was a little uncomfortable with this situation because I didn't know how to go about it at first. There was one that would make moves on me, say things like, "Oh, what are you doing later tonight?" Kind of jokingly.
This almost might be my least favorite customer. The ones that come in just for attention. They don't even need to shop. Mm-hmm. Those are my least favorite ones because they're just wasting fucking space.
They just walk around with an empty basket,
bro.
For about 45 minutes.
Love getting in your fucking way. Any customer that gets in my way, that's my final answer. By the way, any customer that gets in
I was gonna
say
that
fucking way.
I got the door open. I'm stalking, and they'll just kind of
on.
shove their way in and then kind of like reach in front of me without saying anything. Well, anyways, this one lady ends up. I'm on the register at the point. You know, I used to work up front end. Mm-hmm. I'm on the register, and she would make it a habit to come across me without saying anything and come around and grab my ass.
Totally inappropriate. She
and I
get kicked out of the store.
I get not even like bullshitting. I mean,
should have just broke her wrist.
We were
punch her in the face at least.
We were cordial as like I knew who she was, but it wasn't like at the time. I was like, whoa, what is going on? It's like if the roles were reversed, I would have been fired. Yeah. I would have been probably in jail.
The only place I would feel comfortable grabbing your guys' ass or you guys grab mine is on the baseball field. That's it.
Well, this is a female grabbing my ass.
Even then.
I heard
an older female.
I heard some horrific shit one time. We had a cashier. She was in the middle of ringing up one of these old perverts. She had her hand on her hips. She just kind of, like waiting on the receipt kind of thing.
Sounds like a very horror move.
She kind of, shut the fuck up, Chris. She puts her. He didn't fucking mean that. He's just stupid. Yeah. So she puts her hand up on her.
She's asking for it.
She puts her hand up on her hip, and this old son of a bitch with a mindset not unlike that of our young Chris here.
Do you look like the old man from the Pawn Stars?
He looked kind of like you, Chris. And he says,
"Must have been a stud."
And he says, I guess you got plenty of room to put your hand up there with hips like that.
Oh.
Go to fucking jail.
Oh, God.
You old fucking pervert.
That would
Go
be-
to fucking jail.
Jesus. There
What
was
is
so
wrong
many
with-
of
Alright,
those
let me actually-
situations.
What do you think he meant by in there?
I think he means that she has a lot of space on her hips because she has like wide hips is what he was saying.
Okay, I went as far as to say like in her vagina.
I think he meant the hips.
I think
And
he meant the hips. 'Cause He said up there.
I would go with the hips, but that's mine.
Up there?
Shut up, Chris.
So I think the hips aren't as bad, is what I'm saying.
So but he was definitely talking about the hips.
Man,
But it's like even that, like why the fuck are you talking about the young lady's hips?
that's what's crazy,
Yeah,
dude. I feel like we
that's
could keep
tough.
going on with this because
I don't compliment anybody since like post 2015. I'm like, sorry, your hair, no comment.
Yeah, I keep it on the minimum. I don't even bring up conversations
Don't.
anymore to people
So-
like customers.
The best thing I'll say is you look great. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So we got those two out of the way. Christian, I believe you have one
Yeah.
as well. We can wrap this guy.
Right, right.
All right. So my bonus
Good,
question.
good question. Good
That's a
question.
good
Dylan.
question.
Thank you.
My bonus question for the day will be
Dun, 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 dun.
white people. You guys are aware?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, fuck them.
All right, scale of 1 to 8
1 to 8.
Just rank white people as compared to what?
as a whole.
I'm gonna go with. I'm
Like,
gonna be honest.
You gotta take like Andre Bocelli with Uncle Cracker. You know.
I'm no biased, even though looking at me, I'm not very biased. I'm gonna go with a solid 7.8.
7.8
Because-
out of 8. This is a
because
scale of 1 to 8 now.
The point too is those radical extremists that kind of do a whole lot of damage to the white people.
So
but
would you put? Would you?
and I'm not talking like 1700 white people. I'm talking about like now
so
white
you're
people.
talking about if there were no radical extremist white people, they would get an 8 out of 8.
Hell yeah.
Bro.
How do you feel about that as a full white? Dylan?
You give us way too much fucking credit, dude.
So, all right,
like, holy shit. Like, over half this country helped elect Donald Trump, right?
I'm not blaming him.
Fuck all of them, first off.
They're just trying to make
it's
America
funny.
great, man.
A lot of them think I voted for Trump. As a mixed man, they think I voted for Trump. They just assume that.
Did you?
No.
Go on blast right now, did you?
I did not vote for Donald Trump. I did not vote for Biden. I did not vote for Clinton. You can say I wasted my vote.
Gary
You
Johnson?
know, I said I have not voted for an old white man yet, and I'm not sure I really plan to.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, with the Clinton and Biden. I mean Clinton and Trump. Yeah, Johnson. And I didn't actually vote because I was in NAGSA. The whole NAGSA
You
thing.
had to come back.
Yeah.
vote by mail, all that kind of shit.
Right.
I get you.
Yeezy 2024.
So
7.8.
ranking white people. You have a 7.8. I'm gonna go with a
7.8. That's as a non full white.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
I'm gonna go with a 2.3.
2.3.
Damn.
2.3. You know,
White people suck.
you know, they always say we are our own worst critic.
No, it's not even that. It's white people suck even when they're doing good.
Okay.
That's a problem. So like I
2.3?
myself am-
Less than average?
yes, because even people who I think are out there doing good do good in a bad way. They do harm as they're trying to help. And I see that really badly. I see like even myself. I'm someone who loves meeting people from other cultures, meeting people who've traveled around, meeting people that are immigrants, talking, hearing their stories, things like that. But I always approach it in a very white people way.
White people are like milk toast white bread, huh?
I mean, I don't know what the fuck any of that means. But I'll be,
Milk toast white bread.
But
Like
I'll
a
be
bland
like-
white person.
I don't know. I just see everything through this lens of like white people are always self-serving even when they're trying to help people.
Yeah, when a white person
And,
says, "If you need anything, let me know," they mean that shit.
And maybe other people are like that too. I'm sure there are other people. Maybe other races are just as bad as white people, but I can't speak about them. But golly, do we suck. We do suck.
Well, you say 2.3, you said 7.8.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a 4.7 out of 8. So slightly above average, but not by much. Not a full point. Because I think, like I said, they are almost the control. They got some good points. They got some bad points. But I think, it's like they're like the macaroni and cheese. 5.0 is macaroni and cheese. 5.7 is white cheddar. Emphasis on the white.
Mm-hmm.
And then you add some salt and pepper. You might get some 6s, some 7s if you start judging the other races.
I think Hispanic people.
At least, yeah. If we're judging them 1 to 8, I would give them at least a 6.5.
I think
Hispanics?
I didn't mean to cut you off. But I would say the Hispanic people are probably the best.
I agree. As a Hispanic, Puerto Rican,
Yeah,
Italian
probably
Jew.
the best.
But yeah, 4.7 for the white people. Like I said, just above average, but not too much.
Okay. That's a solid number.
Yep.
I think Chinese people are a close second.
They're very...
Han Chinese, I think that's a close second, yeah.
I'd ask you to rate them, but I feel like we should
Probably not.
blue ball those people, and
Just-
maybe on a future China segment, we'll drop a rating per Dylan.
There will not be okay, hang on. Okay, yes, we will do a China segment.
China rating. China rating
we're
brought
not
to you by
gonna-
Dylan Carter.
We're not going to rate the different races of China. That's not going to happen because I couldn't even begin.
I have a segment to go into. I'm just going to drop one line into your China segment.
Okay.
China is starting to own a lot of Africa.
It is.
Ooh.
Yes. That is literally going to be part of what I
That
talk
is-
about in
Maybe
China
we'll
pod.
get you on for that pod. How do you
In
feel about
China
that?
pod,
Because
I
it's
have.
really bad.
Yes.
It's really not a
He
good
is
sign.
not wrong. It's,
Well, that's a nice little teaser for a future episode of this
Africa
series.
is becoming China's China.
Yeah.
So,
known as Sounds Obtuse Podcast.
My motherland country going to be Chinese.
There we go.
Andy Reid can say that.
You heard it here first. Any final remarks you gentlemen would
I
like?
fucking love y'all. I'm a inebriated Neanderthal with wise men, and I'm so glad to be here.
You are
Evolve-
not a Neanderthal.
Evolve,
you are Homo naldi.
yeah, evolve from Homo naldi.
You are Homo naldi, my friend.
Thank
Don't
you.
dare
Some
call yourself
unstruck
Neanderthal.
sounds on the Obtuse Podcast. Love it. Wouldn't have any other way.
No, man.
It's
This
brilliant.
has been a blast.
Absolutely
Wonderful time hanging with you, gentlemen. With that said, any last bits?
Yeah, if you liked what you heard, please give us a like. Give us
them a
follow.
like.
Yeah.
Whatever you're listening to us
So-
on, give us a like, give us a follow.
Like, comment, subscribe this video and podcast. Like, comment, subscribe down in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe to this channel. Like, comment,
Do
subscribe
it.
to Sounds Obtuse Podcast on all media platforms. Share, reblog, Tumble, Flickr.
Wow, he said
Share
Flickr.
us.
Yeah, and definitely comment, get a dialogue going. We love feedback. We want to hear it. We want to
You love
have
us, you hate
conversations.
us. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know what you think about us. We want to hear it, and share us with your friends if you think that we're good. If you think you're bad, if you think that we're bad and we have like the worst
Yeah,
podcast
if you think
ever,
we suck, let us
share it with
know.
your friends. Be
I
like,
want
yo,
to know.
like look at this. Listen to this shitty fucking podcast I've been listening to. Yeah, share us around that way. That's fine. We don't care. Press is press, guys. But we
With
do
all
love
that
you.
said, we do love you. And any last final remarks for you, gentlemen? A.C.W REED, would you like to plug anything? Living Vivid Podcast.
Living vivid, baby, with the Sounds Obtuse fellas, and no, just keep it easy. Live vivid, babies.
Dylan,
Peace and love.
peace and love, guys.
Peace and love. I don't care about your opinion. Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. Welcome to the podcast.
I mean, we could.
That's kind of cute. Is that not cute?
I wouldn't use the word cute.
Maybe not cute.